Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning, step outside, and realize something feels wrong. The wind is silent, the stars don't move, and the sunrise never comes. Then it hits you. Earth has stopped spinning. Sounds impossible, right? But what if it actually happened? Today, we're diving into the terrifying science and jaw-dropping consequences of a world where Earth stops in its tracks. Stay with me till the end, because the last effect might just be the most shocking of all. Right now, Earth is spinning at about 1,170 kilometers per hour at the equator. That's faster than a jet plane. You don't feel it because everything around you is moving at the same speed, the oceans, the atmosphere, even your body. But if that rotation suddenly stopped, every object not nailed to the crust, including you, would keep moving at the original speed. That means cars, buildings, oceans, and entire cities would be thrown eastward at over 1,000 kilometers per hour. The destruction would be unlike anything humanity has ever seen. In the very first seconds, the devastation would be apocalyptic. Imagine skyscrapers ripped apart, mountains crumbling, and oceans surging out of their basins. The atmosphere wouldn't stop instantly either. It would continue racing around the globe, producing winds faster than any hurricane. These winds wouldn't just knock down trees, they'd rip entire continents bare. If you were near the equator, survival would be almost impossible. Only regions near the poles might experience less initial chaos, because the rotational speed there is slower. In short, where you live could decide whether you survive the first few minutes or not. But the destruction wouldn't end there. Without Earth's spin, the oceans would redistribute. Right now, the centrifugal force caused by Earth's rotation pushes water outward, making our planet slightly bulge at the equator. That's why sea level at the equator is higher than at the poles. If the spin vanished, trillions of tons of water would rush toward the poles, drowning northern and southern regions under mega oceans, while the equator would dry out into vast, barren deserts. Imagine the Sahara stretching across the middle of the planet, while New York, London, and Siberia sink beneath rising seas. Rotation is also what gives us day and night. If Earth stopped spinning but still orbited the sun, one side of the planet would face the sun for 6 months straight, while the other would remain in darkness. That means half the planet would roast in unrelenting sunlight, reaching temperatures hot enough to boil oceans. Meanwhile, the other half would freeze into eternal night, colder than Antarctica. Life as we know it? Gone. The twilight zone, the thin strip between light and dark, might become the only survivable area. But billions of people can't just squeeze into a narrow belt of land. Wars, migrations, and collapse of civilizations would be inevitable. Earth's spin doesn't just give us day and night, it drives weather systems. The Coriolis effect, created by rotation, is what makes hurricanes spin and trade winds blow. Remove that and the atmosphere stagnates. Instead of dynamic weather patterns, we'd see brutal extremes. Endless storms near the sunlight zone, monstrous ice blizzards in the dark zone, and crushing droughts at the equator. The skies would turn into a violent, unpredictable nightmare. Here's something even scarier. Earth's spin helps power the geodynamo, the molten iron churning inside our core that generates the magnetic field. Without spin, that system could collapse. And without a magnetic shield, solar radiation would bombard Earth, frying electronics, stripping away the atmosphere, and exposing us to deadly cosmic rays. Life would be under constant threat, not from within, but from outer space. You might think gravity would stay the same, but not quite. Right now, Earth isn't a perfect sphere. It bulges at the equator due to rotation. If Earth stopped, it would slowly become more spherical. That shift could cause massive earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and continental rearrangements. In other words, the ground beneath your feet wouldn't be stable anymore. Could humanity survive this nightmare? Maybe, but only under extreme conditions. Yeah, we'd need to move into massive underground or shielded cities to escape radiation. Artificial lighting and food production would become essential. Surviving communities would likely settle in the twilight zones, fighting for scarce habitable land. Over time, humans might evolve to handle extreme environments. or we might not survive at all. Now here's a twist. What if Earth didn't stop suddenly, but slowed down gradually over millions of years? Surprisingly, life might adapt. Days would get longer and longer. Plants might evolve to handle longer sunlight exposure, and ecosystems would shift dramatically. Civilization could survive, but it wouldn't look anything like what we know today. So what if Earth stopped spinning? The result is nothing short of catastrophic. Continents torn apart, oceans relocated, magnetic shields lost, and a planet split between fire and ice. It's the kind of scenario that reminds us just how fragile our existence really is. And yet Earth's spin has remained steady for billions of years. The chances of it stopping are practically zero, at least in the timescales we humans live in. But thinking about it makes you appreciate just how perfectly balanced our planet really is. So next time you look up at the stars, remember, we're riding a giant spinning sphere through space at over 1,000 kilometers per hour. And maybe, just maybe, be thankful it doesn't stop. If you found this video eye-opening, smash that like button, share it with someone who loves science, and subscribe for more mind-bending explorations of our universe. Drop a comment below. Would you rather live in eternal day or eternal night?